Good day, everybody. Thanks for joining us for our second Misadventures podcast of this Super Bowl week. I thought it would be appropriate to go and connect the teams that are in the Super Bowl with high quality organizational alignment. So the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing in Tampa on Sunday to be able to go and see who the champion of the National Football League is. But outside of the quarterbacks, one being the best in the game right now and one being the greatest of all time, at every position, these teams do not have the best players. They do not have the best athletes at every position. It would be impossible. They couldn't afford it. However, each one of these two teams has meshed together and used the talent that they happen to have in an aligned manner, holding each other accountable, empowering them to be able to go and do their jobs, communicating changes in a hugely dynamic environment that will be the highest stress moment of the season. Let's look specifically at the offensive line. Now, what's interesting is that the Kansas City Chiefs have had a lot of injuries in their offensive line, and they're kind of going makeshift. So they don't even have their best players on the line. However, they've been able to still succeed over the course of the final part of the season in their passing game, in their running game, because they're aligned. Over the course of the season, in practice, as well as the games, looking at film, they've checked to make certain that they understand the specific roles that the center, the two guards, the two tackles have, and what will and can happen dependent upon what the defense does. Do they need to switch off different defenders? Does a tight end need to be brought in to be able to provide blocking? Does the running back need to do the same? Do they quickly change the play to be able to go and exploit what's happening with the defense? The offensive line is the core of that alignment, but they can't do it alone. They need the help from the wide receivers to be able to run their routes with precision and speed. The quarterback to be able to make adjustments before the snap as well as after the snap. They also depend on the defense, don't they? The more the defense takes care of their job and keeps, in this case, Tampa Bay off the scoreboard, it allows the offense the freedom to be able to go and do different things. There's an intertwining of that core offensive line team with the teams in the skill positions, with the other side of the ball, with the special teams giving field position that helps the offense be able to do some different things rather than being pushed back and having to just protect themselves. But these two programs, it's not just the players on the field that make it happen. The coaching staffs, from the head coach down to the position coaches, go and work on the fundamentals and the expectations and focusing in on the core mission that they have for that game or for the season. And in fact, it's not even just the coaches along with that, but it's the front office that helps bring in quality players to fill in holes and gaps and address needs. It's the events and operations staff on game day and throughout the week to be able to create an environment where all the pieces of the puzzle fit in well together. So when you go and look at the game on Sunday, look and see how teamwork happens within especially the offensive line, but different adjustments that are made to be able to go and bring reinforcements if needed. How they switch off and handle pass rushes. Pull a guard from one side to another to be able to go and help a running back go through a hole. And think about how that works within your teams. You don't have a whole bunch of A players. You couldn't afford it. But the extent that you can go and align functions together in teams, varieties of functions across to be able to interact and work well and collaborate and innovate. And other disparate teams doing their job to be able to make things easier for other parts of your team and organization. It's interesting. You may find a nice nuance in the game on Sunday that maybe you haven't really seen before by looking at it from this perspective. These two teams, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are at the epitome because they are highly aligned and they've learned how to execute in, to this point, higher and higher stress situations with the playoffs. Now, if you remember a few years back when Tom Brady was in with the New England Patriots against the Philadelphia Eagles, the day of the Super Bowl, Coach Belichick decided to go and pull one of his stalwart starters in the defensive back line out of the game and not play him except for one snap. That decision by the coaching staff sent everything awry. Alignment for the defense went asunder, and they gave up 41 points to the Eagles in a loss. So you can see how quick reactionary decisions can go and have huge impacts on a team and an organization exactly when it counts most. Take a look from that different perspective. It might give you a little bit different appreciation for the game and a different appreciation for the teams that you lead. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the commercials. Send me some feedback on what you think of these episodes. I'm still getting some great feedback. We got some great episodes coming up. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.